Welcome back, guys. This is the Combat College, where we offer a free, world-class education to all warriors, all the time. Cody Chilson here is your instructor today. Today's lesson is time for some Labtiks. Labtik is a Tagalog word, which literally means swish strike. That's because the sound it makes when you use it. In short, a Labtik is a heavy follow-through power shot that's designed to put someone to sleep forever. This technique is one of the hardest hitting strikes in FMA. When you throw out a Labtik correctly, you should be trying to kill whatever is in front of you. Remember, in FMA, we play for keeps. Today, we're going to learn how to strike with the intent to kill and activate the built-in shield hidden in a Labtik. Now let's talk shop. Like we talked about in the invisible hand lesson, the most natural thing for someone to do when trying to generate great force is to pull back like they're going to throw a baseball. It's so natural, in fact, that monkeys do the same thing when they throw things. Now in physics, power equals mass times speed. People pull back because it creates enough distance to build up speed and throw all of their body mass into it. And that's great and all, but pulling back like that creates a huge telegraph, and it also creates openings because it causes you to expose your center line as well as causing you to isolate your weapon in your furthest quadrant. There are two ways to generate power with a Labtik that keep you completely guarded. The first is called changing the distance profile.
Changing the distance profile.
Now first things first. As we talked about earlier, people pull back to create the distance needed to create power. When we say changing the distance profile, what we mean is that we're going to create distance in a different way. This is done by redefining your relationship to your elbows. The three key features of your loaded strike position are forearm parallel to the ground, tip of the weapon back at a 45-degree angle, and elbow in, creating the triangle. Pulling back causes you to break the triangle shape that gives you your loaded position. In order to keep your loaded triangle and Labtik with full power, you focus on driving your elbows back, similar to the range of motion you would use on a row. Notice how you tend to keep your weapon in front of you when you drive your elbows back versus pulling back and breaking your loaded triangle. When you keep your elbows in, the angle of your attack is a slim triangle, as opposed to a large one when your elbows are out. If you went the exact same speed, you would be twice as fast striking with your elbows in because you would only have to cover half the distance. So long as your elbows are in, you're geometrically guarded because even if the tip of your weapon goes past your body, the lower third of your weapon is still close enough to your center line that you can remain guarded. A small detail to gain some speed is to make sure that the tip of your weapon never goes above your head, because this is a wasted motion. continue to keep our guard intact while throwing out a Labtik is to rebound or bounce off your own body using elastico energy.
Elastico energy.
When you get good enough at an elastico style Labtik, you can use the rebound to your advantage so that you can generate higher levels of speed. You do this by using the rebound to accelerate your next strike. Remember, if you don't hear the swish of the Labtik, then it's not a Labtik. Now for some drills. I'm going to give you 2 drills to work on. The first drill is a 3-dimensional footwork progression with a downward figure 8 pattern. The figure 8 is an example of perpetual motion. Striking over and over perpetually keeps the weapon in front of you like a guard.